What's that? 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 What's that?
What's going on, you guys? My name is Rich.
And I am the steel one.
What the heck? That's never happened before.
I am the steel one.
Whoa. Okay. Chill out, Rich. Alright. Hope you guys are having a good week. Welcome to the weekly What's Up at WhatThe. And yeah, I'm here with my co-host Slarmer J, and I've been having a decent week. I'm tired. I've been really tired this week. I don't understand. I need more protein, I think, or something. I also today I started feeling kind of sick. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. I usually feel it in my back first, and I'm feeling it in my back. So I'm gonna try to nip it in the bud, tonight, hopefully. So it's been an okay week. Like I said, I've just been tired, and we're still short-handed at work, and I'm busting my butt, and I'm tired, and I don't know. Anyway, let's get right into it. First thing I want to talk about is, in case you didn't see last week's weekly What's That, all my merch, the money that I earn from Teesprings from my merch, is 100% is going to go to buying shoes and socks for homeless. And someone else suggested to me like toothpaste and toothbrushes. So, or just toothpastes and toothbrushes. I kind of like going to do the whole shoe thing. It would be easier to do the toothbrushes and toothpaste, but I think I just really want to do the shoes and socks. So, and I think last time I looked, I think I've earned so far over $200. So, thank you. I know that I am my own best customer too, so but there's a lot of you that have stepped up and bought some merch, and I know who you are, and thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And I'm sure the homeless that get the new shoes and socks will be thankful too. Another thing about the merch is that I am designing another shirt, a new shirt, Steel One shirt, and I'm gonna put it right here so you guys can see it. Let me know what you think, if I should go ahead and make it or no, just keep what I got, or what's your thoughts on it? Yeah, I guess that's it for that. And let's see, I want to talk about what went on last weekend. Okay, so last weekend I posted the school, the abandoned high school. It's a really cool place. It was really, for an abandoned place, I think Tampa J said it best. It's beautiful, even though it's, you know, abandoned, you know, and like, I don't know. It's cool. It's a really cool place. I liked it, and I was there with Paranormal Tad and GeorgeTV THE-FAM, and yeah. So if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you go check it out. It's a pretty neat video. And oh, I want to mention something about that video. Maybe I'll wait a sec. This weekend, I got together with George, and on Saturday we were gonna do something Friday, but we were both kind of tired, and we just wanted to sleep. So that's what we did. Saturday we went out and we went to this abandoned house. Pretty cool house. I would live there. It was out in the middle of nowhere. Well, I can't say it was out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was out in this big open field. There were houses like across the street, but you had to walk quite a distance to get to it. And it was by a lake. And, yeah, it was a really kind of neat place. And we think it might be a little bit haunted. Because one of the bathrooms, the downstairs bathroom, the door kept shutting. But only when we weren't around. So, like, I stood there at one point and just stood there and waited for it to close. I even asked the spirits if there is any to close the door. Never happened. But as soon as we walk away or whatever, we come back and the door was shut. Now there was wind, but the way the window that was blowing the wind in, it would have blown the door the opposite way, open instead of closed. There was no way, and the window that was in the bathroom was sealed shut. So it's weird. Anyway, funny story about that. I know George doesn't want me to tell this story, but I'm going to do it anyway, George. So, you know how it seems like every video, anytime we go to one of those places, I gotta pee. Like, I think just about every video. And if I didn't say it in the video, I did. I had to pee. So, so that did happen, but both of us ate before we left, and we both had to go. Number 2 was first George, and he went to the upstairs, and luckily, believe it or not, this is an abandoned house, and both bathrooms had toilet paper. Who would have thought? Lucky for us, because we both, it wasn't one of those things where we could just hold it and then go later. It was like, we gotta go now. Gotta go now. And thank God there was toilet paper, because he went to use the bathroom upstairs, I used the one downstairs, and yes, there was no water in the tanks. So if you guys end up, someone in Colorado ends up going to this place after us, sorry. I thought it was funny. It was the first time we've ever had to do that, and I think we learned a lesson that we need to bring toilet paper with us just in case, because we got lucky this time, and I think the next time we won't be so lucky. So yeah, one of those things we're gonna have to remember. Be prepared, right? Alright, sorry George, had to tell a story. Had to do it. Okay, let's see, what else? Oh, so continuing this last weekend, after we did the abandoned house, we probably ate. Yeah, I think we did eat again. And I showed him some things on his editing software, and next thing you know, it was late. So I went home. And then Sunday, George came over here, and he went to church with me. And that was awesome. It was great. It was great to see George there. He was super happy. At one point they told you to stand up and go say hi to someone you don't know, and George was all over the place. It made me smile. It made me smile. I wasn't laughing, I was smiling. It was heartfelt. It was awesome. So that was fun. I enjoyed having George with me at church. Then after church, he vlogged this whole Sunday too. I didn't, because it didn't make sense to me, because it's bad. It's hard enough when we go and film an abandoned place or whatnot, and you know, it's the same place, and you know, we're not Omar and James where they put out the same video at the same time, and you guys are all willing to watch both. And I know with George and I, you guys tend to watch George's videos over mine if we are at the same place, and I get it. So I try to separate our videos a little bit, but going off track. So with vlogging, it didn't make any sense for both of us to be vlogging, because it would be virtually the exact same video. So I told George, it's all you, bro. you can vlog, and maybe next time I'll vlog. So yeah, so he picked after church. We went well, we ate before church, and then we went to the Denver museum and walked around there. That was fun, and got to see all kinds of stuff. So we look forward to seeing that from George. He vlogged the whole thing, and we got to get George a new camera, folks. I gave him one of my old cameras that I never actually used for YouTube. It was just, you know, a regular camera, but I noticed that you can film with it, and that's what he's been using. But you have to put in the double A's in there, and it just sucks up the battery life super fast. So I don't know. He says he's saving up for a new camera, so we'll see. But gotta get him a new camera. What else? Yep, so that's what we did on Sunday. And this coming weekend, I am going to the Springs, and I'm not sure what we're gonna film. Me and Rachel, we were talking about this castle that's near the Springs. It's built by this guy, like kind of like that place Omar and James go to. In fact, one of the last videos Omar put out, where all those YouTubers were there. It's kind of similar to that, because that guy in their video built that whole place by himself, and that's exactly what this guy has done. He's built this place one brick at a time. Just, it's huge, and I'm kind of curious to go see it. So I think we might actually go this weekend. It would probably be on Sunday. Have some plans on Saturday. So yeah, but I'll be posting a video as usual on Sunday. I think it's the last part of my day, the day of abandoned buildings with George and Tad. It was this small little house, so it's going to be a small little banger. Not much to it, so it might not be very long and whatnot, but it's a video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, I think that's all that's going on this next weekend. And let's see, I'm trying to make this video a little bit shorter. My last week was a little long, so P.O. Box. I mentioned P.O. Box last week, that I was going to try to do it this week. I still haven't done it. If I can think about it, I'll leave a note for myself tomorrow. If I can get to the post office, I'll take care of it. If not, again, I'll try to do it next week. So speaking of George, George put out the same video, the abandoned school. Was it yesterday? Oh, we put it out today, Wednesday. Of course, when you guys see this, it'll probably be Thursday. So anyway, make sure you guys go check it out. It's a different view of the school. It is funny. I wanted to bring this up before. Okay, so with the school, George, as you watch in my video, if you guys watched my video first, you hear voices. I had a lot of people comment saying, "Oh, I heard a woman's voice. I heard it. You responded to it. I heard it, clear as day." That was George. It was George being funny, and he thought he was pranking me, clickbait me, as he called it. He wasn't. I knew it was him. So you'll see it in his video. He's him doing it to me. And he's thinking he's funny and thinking he got me, but he didn't. I knew it was him. I just didn't know where he was at. That's why I was like, "Where are you at? Where are you at?" I couldn't tell where he was coming from, and I didn't think it was coming from above me. Anyway, Make sure you guys go check out George's newest video at the school. Tad, he put out his part 2 of the Titan missile base, which again, man, I watched it. Someone asked me last week, which one of your dream places to film? That's gonna be one of them. I really want to go there, and I don't know if Tad's gonna want to go back there, since he's obviously gonna have at least 3 videos. I don't know. He said it could be continued again, so I don't know. Maybe it'll end up just being me and George, or maybe if James comes back, we could take James there. That would be cool. But make sure you guys go check out Tad's video. It's really neat. He's got it in the 360. I actually watched half of it on my TV, and you can't really do the 360 thing with the TV, but it still looked pretty cool. I mean, it just split it up into 3 parts, and so I still got to see what was going on and whatnot. So it's a pretty cool place. I mean, it's epic. You guys, I'm telling you, that is Omar and James level epicness, and I love it. I want to go there so bad. So make sure you guys go check out Tad's video. He's got 2 parts so far, and I'm assuming there's 3. So there might be more. Who knows? My shout out for the week goes to WhatThe Paranormal. WhatThe Paranormal, I've shouted them out before, I think, and they're Amy and Lainey. It's a mother and daughter team, and they go investigate abandoned places and haunted places, like a goat bridge. It's like super spooky, yeah, scary stuff. And make sure you guys go check out their channel. But one of the reasons I'm shouting out WhatThe Paranormal is the daughter, Lainey, had some issues this week, and I'm not going to really get into it, but I just wanted to say, you know, you are special in God's eyes. He made you the way you are, and He loves you very much. And for every one hater, there's 10 people that like you, and in your case it's probably 20. So keep your chin up, kiddo. The fam here all love you. I know James, he loves you, and make sure you just keep that chin up and just brush off the haters. And I'm sorry that happened to you, and we love you. Alright, next thing, James's merch. I was really hoping today that my hat would come, but it didn't. So maybe next week? Let's see. Oh, I wanted to talk about subscribers. Now, if you watch my videos regularly, more than likely I'll pop up in your suggested videos, I'm guessing. But something I've noticed as of late, well, maybe not as late, but I've never really talked about it. Make sure you guys check. Go check to see if you're subscribed to me. If you watch me, go check to see if you're subscribed, because I'll just randomly lose. Like this week, it was great. Ever since I hit like 1,100, I was having issues before that. I kept going up and down, up and down, up and down. I was like, what is going on? And then once I hit 1,100, it was steady, you know. I might lose 1 for a little bit and then gain a couple more, and you know, it's fine. It was like, wow, something got fixed, you know, because I was having a heck of a time getting to 1,100. I'm like, what is going on? And then, was it yesterday? I was at 1,166, and then within like a minute or something like that, I looked down at my phone. I was at 1,161. And I'm like, what the heck? I lose 4 subscribers in like a matter of minutes. So I'm like, that's got to be YouTube. Something's up with YouTube. And George always talks about how he gets unsubscribed to people and all that stuff. He gets unsubscribed to me. I haven't really noticed it. Everybody that I watch, I'm still subscribed to. So, so not just check for me, but check the channels that you guys are really into and you like watching. Make sure that you still are subscribed to them, because it's weird. It's just weird. And you know, I'm getting to that point where I, you know, before I hit 1,100, where I kept going up and down, and I'm just wondering if, like George was saying, they just don't want you to succeed or something. I don't know. So you get to a certain point where you're about close to a milestone, or somewhat of a milestone, and they just like to mess with you or something. I don't know. But it's all good. I don't even really care anymore. It used to bother me, but the last couple weeks I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. And the people who watch my videos, that's all I care about. If I only have like, because I usually get close to 200 views on my videos. Sometimes, depending on the video, I'll get more. Like, I think the dollhouse video got up to 400, so I was pretty happy about that. But usually it's like close to 200 or just over 200. So I'm happy with that. And if all I had was 200 subscribers and they all watched my videos, that's all that matters to me. I love everybody that watches and comments. It's great. So, alright, I gotta cut this down a little bit. Alright, next thing is Q&A. Alright, first question is from Teresa Knoll. Now, she asked me a question that I answered in my first video when Tad tagged me in that 5-question tag, where she asked me, she asked me, what is your favorite video you've done? And so I already answered that. So if you want to know that answer, just a few weeks ago I answered it. So, but then she also asked, what was your scariest moment while exploring? And then, is it one of your videos? One of my scariest moments. I don't know. I read this before, and I was thinking maybe when George got pushed on Riverdale Road, that was kind of spooky. I don't know. I personally haven't had anything like too scary, other than you know, I'm more scared of people than I am ghosts. So I guess my scariest moments are like when I think that I'm gonna come in contact with like a homeless person or something. Like when I was at that golf and games place, that I was kind of sketched out for that one, just because, you know, there was a guy living in that big rock, and you know, you don't know who. I mean, you don't know what kind of person he is or what, you know. And then the actual big building, knowing that someone's living in that place on the putt-putt golf, going into that big building, and it was super dark and spooky, especially downstairs. Someone could have been living in there easily. And so yeah, I was a little nervous in there. And then, you know, like when we went to the refinery, I was scared just because we weren't supposed to be there, and I didn't want to get like in trouble. So yeah, those are the times that I get scared the most. Or one of my very first I think it was a haunted or the cemetery that Rachel and I went to. Again, I was spooked out because one, I didn't know if we were supposed to be there, which I found out later we weren't supposed to be there. We were trespassing, and I didn't know. And then there was deer running around, and it was pitch black, and I didn't have the light that I have now, so that was a little sketchy. And like I said, I think George getting pushed, he got pushed twice. You guys only saw it once because it happened again off camera. So that was kind of spooky. Alright, so I hope that answers your question. Alright, her next question is, what is your favorite food? What is my favorite food? My favorite food, I guess, would be Italian food. But if I had to, like, specific, like, I love corned beef and cabbage. And it's really hard for me to find good corned beef and cabbage. My ex-wife made awesome corned beef and cabbage. I'll have to say, I really haven't had any since she left me that is as good as hers. There's been some that are close, but so I guess that's my favorite, like, dish. But yeah, if we were talking, like, I love Italian food. I like Olive Garden, but then I also like, you guys don't probably know Tokyo Joe's. If you know Tokyo Joe's, let me know. Yeah, so that's the first question. Alright, the next question comes from, again, it's another name. This is probably easy too. Tessie Morris. Tessie Morris? She asked me why I named my channel The Steel One. And I have answered this before on, like, a live stream or something, but, you know, I don't expect people to watch all the way through live streams. I mean, I don't. So, the reason she was asking is that she had her family, her mom's maiden name was Steele, with an E. Steele with an E. So, I'm going to answer that. Answer it again. The Steel One. Obviously it's because of this guy. You know, I'm a big fan of Superman, as you all know. But there's a little bit of story between that. It's hard for me to explain because it involves my real name, and I'm not, like, super stoked about giving out my last name, so we're not yet anyway. You just don't know what'll happen. I mean, it's not like I'm super famous, like, you know, Elmore or James. You know, well, of course James has his last name out there, but I don't know. Anyway, so basically, I'm in the Superman, and I work at a school, and one of the kids called me something that was just like, bing, that's amazing. And I started using it as my gamer tag name, and it's Steele, my last name. And I got into this league of people that I played with online, and a lot of times when I come in, they call me the Steel One. It's the Steel One, and or the Immortal Steel One, or just Steel. And so that always kind of stuck. And when I was making my channel, I didn't really want to call myself Steel, my last name, because of the reason I just talked about. So I called it the Steel One, and I already had a Twitter with that on there, so I thought, let's just call it the Steel One. So that's about it. That's the reason I am called
The Steel One.
Whoa, calm down. Okay. Alright guys, next question is from Only Claire Jones. She asks, how did you meet George? Now, again, I answered this once before on a live stream, which, you know, like I said, I don't expect people to go through all that, because these are like over 2 hours long. anyway, so I will answer that for sure. It's nothing real, exciting. I started my channel and I started doing some videos and whatnot, and of course I'm starting to get on the social media and use my Twitter for my channel. And George it kept popping up. I think he followed me, I followed him back, and he kept popping up in my feed, like he's sharing stuff from Omar and James and making comments about Omar and James and stuff, and I was like, oh, cool. A lot of time, well, I don't know if a lot of time went by, about a month or so, a month or two, something like that. And for some reason I happened to just look at his Twitter page, and it said he was from Colorado and that he's a YouTuber, and I was like, oh, I want to collab with somebody. This is excellent. So I messaged him on Twitter and I said, bro, are you from, or I probably didn't say bro because that was after after George. You from Colorado? And he's like, yeah, bro, you from Colorado, we should do stuff. And that's pretty much it. We ended up meeting at his sister's house, and we went to Burger King to eat and talk, and you can actually see some of that on his channel. It's a live stream. It's the first time him and I ever met. Yeah, so go check it out. It's on his channel. It might be on mine too. I think I put it on one of my playlists. Anyway, either way, it's on George. And so that's it. That's how I met George. All right, the next question is from Crossroads Explorers, and he asks, do you go to Comic-Con events? Yes, I do. In fact, if you look, I do have a playlist for Comic-Cons, and I think there's 3 videos on there. I went to the Denver Comic-Con last year and the Colorado Springs Comic-Con last year and filmed. I mean, I'd been going prior to being on YouTube for a couple years. In fact, I have so many autographs and pictures. Guys, if you want to see that, if you want to see my collection, I'll just dedicate one whole video just to seeing all my autographs and pictures I've taken with celebrities and stuff. Yeah. And I will be going this year too to Denver and the Colorado Springs Comic-Con, so look forward to that. And he also asked me, what is the most haunted place you want to film at? I want to film at? Well, I'd like to go to that prison down in Tennessee with Tim and John. That place is amazing. When Omar and James filmed there, and Tim and John, I mean, that's where I want to go. That place is awesome, and it's haunted. It's obviously haunted. I mean, you saw chairs moving in Omar's videos more than once, and all kinds of stuff. I want to go there because that's my kind of place. Like the Stanley Hotel, that's super haunted, but it's not really my thing, you know. I mean, it is, but it, you know, I like the abandoned aspect of it, you know. Where at the Stanley Hotel, we're just kind of walking around the empty halls, you know. I don't know. I kind of like the whole, we can get into everything, and it's, you know, decaying, and it's spooky, and yeah, that's my thing. And I guess that is, oh, Mary Pettyfur, I hope you said your name right, I'm sorry. You comment a lot on my videos and I appreciate you and I love you to death, but I'm horrible with names again. She asked me again, how did George and you meet? So I just answered that. Alright guys, that is it for the Q&A. And that is it for this video. Alright. I hope you guys had a good week. I hope the rest of your week is great. And God bless you. And yeah, we'll see you next week. And don't forget, if you have a question for me, leave it in the comments. I will answer it next week. And until then, you guys have a great week next week. And we'll see you then. I love you guys. Peace.